Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Girivaradhari Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Rajachana Ranjana Yasodanandana Rajachana Ranjana Yamunatiravanachari Jai Kunja Vihari Yamunatiravanachari Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jai Rivaradhari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jai Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yasodanandana Rajajana Ranjana Yamunatiravanachari Jai Kunja Vihari Yamunatiravanachari Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Radha Madhava Jai Kunja Vihari Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jai Gopi Jana Vallabha Jai Girivaradhari Jai Girivaradhari Yasodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Sodanandana Vrajajana Ranjana Yamunatiravanachari Jai Kunja Vihari Yamunatiravanachari Jai Kunja Vihari Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Everybody Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna Krishna Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare Namo Vishnupad Paramahamsa Paracharya Asatara Satta, His Divine Grace. Hey Shivakhyanta Swami Srila Prabhupada ki, Ananta Koti Vaishnava Vrinda ki, Namacharya Srila Haridas Thakur ki, Prem se kaho Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda, Shri Advaita Gadadhar, Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda ki, Shri Radha Krishna Gopa Gopinath, Shema Sundar Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan ki, Vrindavan Dham ki, Mathura Dham, Navadvip Dham, Jagannath Puri Dham ki, Ganga Mai ki, Yamuna Mai ki, Tulsi Devi ki, Bhakti Devi ki, Brihan Mirdanga ki, Hare Krishna Mahamantra ki Jai, Harinam Sankirtan ki Jai, Bhog distribution ki Jai, Prasad distribution ki Jai. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the assembled devotees. All glories to the lotus feet of Sri Sri Guru and Gauranga. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. So today we'll be reading from the Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 46, verse 45. There are only a few verses left, and also I will read verse 46, 45 or 46. And 3 verses after that. Is it 46 and 47? It is 45. So let's get 45 on the screen. Tadiptar mani bhir vireju Rajur vikarshad bhuja kankana sarajaha Chalan nitambastana hara kundala Tvishat kapolaruna kunkumananaha Tadipadiptar mani bhir vireju Rajur vikarshad bhuja kankana sarajaha Chalan nitambastana hara kundala Tvishat kapolaruna kunkumananaha Tadiptar mani bhir vireju Rajur vikarshad bhuja kankana sraja Chalan nitambastana hara kundala Tvishat kapolaruna kunkumananaha. Devotees, Adipaditarmanibhirvirejo Rajur Vikarshat Bhujakankana Sharajaha Chalanitambastana Harakundala Tvishat Kapulvaruna Kunkumananaha Tadipadiptarmanibhirvirejo Jarjur Vikarshat Bhujakankana Sharajaha Chalanitambastana Harakundala Tvishat Kapularuna Kunkumananaha Tadipadiptarmanibhirvirejo Rajur Vikarshat Bhujakankana Sharajaha Chalanitambastana Harakundala Tvishat Kapularuna Kunkumananaha Tadipadiptarmanibhirvirejo Rajur Vikarshat Bhujakankana Sharajaha Chalanitambastana Harakunkula Tvishat Kapularuna Kunkumananaha Tadipadiptarmanibhirvirejo Rajur Vikarshat Bhujakankana Sharajaha Chalanitambastana Harakundala Tvishat Kapularuna Kunkumananaha Tadipadiptarmanibhirvirejo Rajur Vikarshat Bhujakankana Sharajaha Chalanitambastana Harakundala Tvishat Kapularuna Kunkumananaha. Anybody else? Taha, those women, Deepa by the lamps, Diptahi, illumined, Manibhihi, with jewels, Virejuhu, shown, Rajuhu, the churning ropes, Vikarshat, pulling, Bhuja, upon their arms, Kankana, of bangles, Srajaha, wearing rose, Chalan, moving, Nitamba, their hips, Stana, breasts, Hara, and necklaces, Kundala, due to their earrings, Tvishat, glowing, Kapola, their cheeks, Aruna, reddish, Kunkuma, with kunkuma powder, Ananaha, their faces. Translation: as they pulled on the churning ropes with their bangled arms, the women of Raj shone with the splendor of their jewels, which reflected the lamp's light. Their hips, breasts, and necklaces moved about, and their faces, anointed with reddish kumkum, glowed radiantly with the luster of their earrings reflecting from their cheeks. Let's read this together. As they pulled on the churning ropes with everybody, let's read it together. As they pulled on the churning ropes with their bangled arms, the women of Raj shone with the splendor of their jewels, which reflected the lamp's light. Their hips, breasts, and necklaces moved about, and their faces, anointed with reddish kumkum, glowed radiantly with the luster of their earrings reflecting from their cheeks. Amagyanatimmirandasya Gyananjana Salakaya Chakshuru Militanjena Tasmai Shivrave Namaha Suchitanya Manovistam Stapitanjena Bhutale Swayam Rupakada Mahyandanti Swapadantika He Krishna Karuna Sindhu Dinabandho Jagatpate Gopesha Gopika Kanta Radha Kanta Namastute Tapta Kanchana Gaurangi Radhe Vrindavaneshwari Vrishavanusute Devi Pranamami Hari Priye Vanchakalpataruvyaschа Kripa Sindhuvyaivacha Patitanam Pavanevyo Vaishnavevyo Namo Namaha Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhar Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare 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 Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Rama Hare Hare. Well, this process of Krishna consciousness is very complicated and yet very simple. It's very simple because we can perfect our lives when we do and we chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. All of these writings, all of these scriptures, they are pointing to the fact that we need to chant the holy names of the Lord. And so on a weekly basis, we have a Harinam Sankirtan. So please join the Harinam Sankirtan and book distribution. Sometimes there is also prasadam distribution by the mercy of our esteemed devotee here, Apurva Prabhu. And it's always successful, whether it's a whole bunch of people coming together on Harinam or just a few of us, it's always successful because the vibration of the holy name of the Lord, which is the sum and substance of what we're doing, is going out everywhere. And the passers-by, the animals, the plants, they are getting their vibration. Of course, it's very important that the chanters be very pure, and that's something that we haven't accomplished yet, but still the holy name is going out at whatever level. So I'm going to read from the Acharyas, and I'm going to refer to the previous verse also, and I will read the next because these three kind of go together. So let's see what Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says. The gopis shone by the jewels embedded in their bracelets and anklets, reflecting the lamplight. In fact, they had rows of bracelets on their arms pulling the ropes, and their waists, breasts, and necklaces were quivering while churning the yogurt. Their earrings lit up their cheeks, and their faces shone with kumkum from the province of Balika. So I'm going to go back to the last paragraph of the previous commentary because I want to put this into perspective. Here we know that Uddhava has been sent by Krishna to console his parents and to console the gopis especially. It appears that the friends of Krishna are constantly having spurtis, means visions of Krishna, so they are not really as affected as the parents and the gopis, his girlfriends. So in the previous verse, in the last paragraph of the commentary by Sanatana Goswami, it says, not knowing of Uddhava's arrival, well, we know that Uddhava came to Vrindavan, the gopis began morning duties. And we are reading about the morning duties, how they're churning yogurt and butter, and how their bodies are quivering, and how their bodies are completely reflecting light. As Kahar women, they churned the yogurt. Gopyaha also means those who protected their bodies carefully because of their hope. The hope of Krishna coming back, because Krishna's gone. Krishna's not there anymore, even though Krishna is always in Vrindavan. Rising up from being absorbed in meditation on Krishna's attractive pastimes and not sleeping, they perform worship according to the rules. Totally. They perform everything, they followed all the rules. But everything is in meditation of the Supreme Lord Krishna. Though generally detached from duties because of pain or separation, doing them out of practice, they perform their duties with special attention to please Krishna, even though he's not there, because of the instruction that he will return. And they are taking care of their bodies with the hope that he's going to come back, and the bodies have to be, and their bodies have to be very fragrant and most beautiful for him to actually relish their association. Or they churn the yogurt as a pretext for singing about him. Or they churned to send butter to Krishna. Whatever it was, whatever they were doing, when they woke up, they were never asleep, according to this paragraph. They were constantly meditating on Krishna. They performed the duties thinking that they are preparing butter and yogurt for Krishna. Everything, they're taking care of their bodies because they are thinking of Krishna, and they are preparing themselves for his arrival with this hope that, yes, he is going to come back. So then again, I'll read the text from this verse 45 for today. As they pulled on the churning ropes with their bangled arms, the women of Raj shone with the splendor of their jewels, which reflected the lamp's light. Their hips, breasts, and necklaces moved about, and their faces, anointed with reddish kumkum, glowed radiantly with the luster of their earrings reflecting from their cheeks. So Srila Jiva Goswami says, he wrote, they shone especially with their jewels reflecting the light of the lamps. Of course, they were naturally radiant, and because of the jewels, became more radiant. Because they were so filled with love for Krishna, there was a radiance emanating from them. Or they especially shone because of the light from the lamps. They were also more radiant because burning lamps are considered auspicious. In other words, everything is auspicious. This environment is very, very auspicious for pure love of Krishna, actually. They were thus radiant with the auspiciousness of the burning lamps. They had groups of bracelets on their arms. We see sometimes these Indian ladies put lots of bracelets on their arms. So it's a tradition that goes back 5,000 years ago. Because of the moving earrings, their cheeks red with kumkum glowed. The red kumkum came from the place called Valika. And if I have time, I'll tell you about this place, Valika, which is quite an interesting, when I was doing some research yesterday, very interesting place. Magical, actually. Sanatana Goswami writes, they shone because of the light from lamps, or they shone with light more than lamps. They shone by their nature. That's the ultimate thing. They shone by their nature. They also became more beautiful by the jewels. There was another reason for their shining. They made noise when they moved their arms with bracelets to pull the ropes. These also caused their hips, breasts, and necklaces to move. In other words, the whole body was moving. And it was moving rhythmically. And they were singing. And all this was enhancing the beauty of the song, the rhythm. And we'll see next verse. The next verse is extraordinary. Or their cheeks shone from drops of perspiration from pulling the ropes. Their faces anointed with kumkum became red from the effort of churning. The gems were naturally there on their limbs, or they wore ornaments sent by Krishna to please him. In other words, we see that they want to please Krishna no matter what. They think of him, they meditate on him, they maintain their bodies for him, and they're wearing the ornaments that Krishna sent for them to please Krishna. So everything about the gopis is nothing but pleasing the Supreme Lord, Krishna. Because they don't understand that Krishna is the Supreme Lord. They think that Krishna is just their beloved. So I'm going to read verse 46. I'll just read the Sanskrit by myself and then read the purports. Udgayatinam aravindalochanam vrajangananam divan asprishat vani dadnaschani mantara dadnascha nirmantana shabdameshrito nirasyati yena disham amangalam. And the verse reads, as the ladies of Raja loudly sang the glories of lotus-eyed Krishna, their songs blended with the sound of their churning ascended to the sky and dissipated all inauspiciousness in every direction. So everything they're doing now, all the activities they are performing in praise of the Supreme Lord, are being enhanced by their singing. And I don't know if you're familiar with the songs of the Gopal Champu. In the second part of the Gopal Champu has two sections. There are 19 songs. And if you go to YouTube and you type Gopal Champu, and we'll do one of the songs here, you will find all these songs. They're absolutely extraordinary. The Gopal Champu book used to come with a CD. I don't know if some of you are familiar with that. But the songs are all the songs that are sung by the gopis, and there is call and response. The gopis are singing, the men are responding, for most of them. They're very beautiful. And so there will be a sample presented here if I don't space out the time. So I need to be aware that about 7:05, I need to stop and then play the song. So the purport. The purport is, very short, the gopis were absorbed in thought of Krishna, and were thus feeling his presence. Therefore, they could joyfully sing. Because remember, it was stated in a class, I don't remember who said it exactly, but the setting of Vraja at this point after Krishna left was complete desolation. There was no singing, there was no cooking, there was no activity. Everybody was completely distressed. But remember that this distress is because the intensity of the love is such that all activities, external activities, cease. So it appears that there is desolation, that everything is gray, and that there is no activity, that everything is so depressing. But it's actually the pain of separation, which actually the greatest ecstasy that the devotees can experience. So now they're absorbed in Krishna, and because they're absorbed in Krishna, they can sing joyfully. And Uddhava is going to be observing all these things, especially in the next chapter. He's going to be learning what real love for Krishna is from the residents of Vrindavan. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, another commentator, writes, the gopis sang the names of lotus-eyed Krishna, which brought about bliss. In a state of separation and lamentation, there would be no application of kumkum, or wearing of colorful clothing or ornaments. That is, in their absence of Krishna, as I explained, no activity. Therefore, it is understood that Uddhava, at the end of night, was seeing the manifestation of Raj with Krishna present there. So Uddhava is going to be observing the magnificence of the love of the Vrajavasis, the splendor of Vrindavan, and the splendor of the gopis and all the residents there. And Srila Jiva Goswami says, though they churn the yogurt for maintaining proper behavior as members of Raj, in other words, they had to perform their duties, controlled by impressions maintained by Krishna himself, they were actually absorbed in Krishna. So here they are, controlled by all these thoughts and these ideas and these impressions that Krishna also had, they were actually absorbed in Krishna. When there was a suitable opportunity, they engaged in singing. Anytime there was an opportunity, they engaged in singing. As if we go through the Srimad Bhagavatam, of course, not to mention Bhagavad Gita, the song of God. It's a song. There are so many songs in all these devotional scriptures. When there was a suitable opportunity, they engaged in singing, which produced auspiciousness throughout the universe. They sang loudly, revealing their absorption. They sang songs mainly about his beauty, including his lotus eyes. They also sang songs about his activities. You know? They sang skillfully, since they were well-known women of Raj. Because they sang loudly due to their prema, and many sang, the sound spread everywhere, touching even the sky. Another reason was that the sound of singing was mixed with the sound of continuous churning. So here is the rhythmic singing, churning. And the word cha indicates that there was also the sound of their bangles. So it's like an orchestra. We have the rhythm, we have the bangles, we have melody, we have the singing. This sound dissipated inauspiciousness of all people in the 10 directions. This sound was so purifying and so perfect that there was no inauspiciousness. It was gone. It threw far away unlimited suffering of this life and the next, and the root also, karma, along with all vasanas. Vasanas are all the different impressions and behaviors that we all, that are alien to us, to the spirit soul, that have been accompanying us for many lifetimes. So this singing threw away far off unlimited suffering of this life and of the next, and the root, which is karma, along with all the vasanas. So maybe we should have the sample now and maybe finish the class later if there is any time. So we're going to listen to, in the KK songs, under the authors, you have Srila Jiva Goswami. Under Srila Jiva Goswami, we have the Gopal Champu. Then you click on the Gopal Champu, and all the 19 songs come up. And they're probably in the screen, or Drishta are going to put them on the screen, and I'm going to get the actual singing so that we can all hear and sing together. This is song number 7, Radha Raka. Yeah, I have to. Did you have it already? Okay, so this is the gopis singing about Radha. And after we hear the song, we can all read the translation. How's the sound? Good?
Radha Radha Shashadhara Muralidhara Gokulapati Kulapala Jaya 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 Krishna Hare Radha Madha Mojana Mukharojana Vidalita Gokula गोकुलमण्डलनाल जय 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 कृष्ण हरे राधाभूषण भूषण गददूषण गोकुलहृदिलभुपाल जय 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 कृष्ण हरे
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. But all the 19 songs are in this mood, in the mood of Raj, with these instruments, with bird singings, with kartals, with drums, with bangles, and they're very, very beautiful, and they're beautiful songs to meditate on. So, like I said, that you can find in KK Songs under Gopal Champu, and the title of the book, Gopal Champu by Srila Jiva Goswami, and then you can find on YouTube the different songs. So now we're going to all read together. And another thing that I mentioned before is that many of these songs are call and response, or maybe the women are singing and the men are chanting the Mahamantra, or the men are singing and the women are responding. So it's just like you're back with the cows, you're back in Vrindavan, and everything is rural and beautiful. So let's go ahead and read the translation. Everybody? O full moon shining before Sri Radha, O Lord who holds a flute, O Master of Gokula, O Protector of your kinsmen, O Krishna, O Hari, glory, glory to you, O Lord who frees Radha from the obstacles that stop her, O Lord whose face is glorious, O Lord who in Gokula breaks apart the bonds of time, O Krishna, O Hari, glory, glory to you. O Lord, who makes your Radha's followers saintly and virtuous. O Lord, who makes them expert and intelligent. O best of the Gokula's glories. O Krishna, O Hari, glory, glory to you. O Lord, conquered by Radha's saintly deeds. O auspicious tilak mark on Gokula's forehead. O Krishna, O Hari, glory, glory to you. O Lord, who gives saintliness to they who take shelter of Sri Radha. O Lord, who makes them happy. O Lord, who kills the enemies of Gokula. O Krishna, O Hari, glory, glory to you. O Lord, for whom Sri Radha is more dear than life. O protector of the cows. O swan swimming in the lake that is Gokula. O Krishna, O Hari, glory, glory to you. O nectar happiness of Sri Radha. O lotus flower growing in Gokula. O Krishna, O Hari, glory to you. O ornament of Sri Radha's ornaments. O sinless one. O king of Gokula's hearts. O Krishna, O Hari, glory, glory to you. So these songs are infused with pure love for the Supreme Lord. And they are very sweet and they're wonderful. And I recommend that you go to YouTube and you type Gopal Champu songs, and then you have all the songs there. And then you go to KK Songs, and then you, if you don't have the title of the song again, you go to the author, Jiva Goswami, and then all his literature comes out, and then you have Gopal Champu, you click on that, and then the lyrics for the 19 songs show up. So let's see what time it is. So we have a few minutes, and I would like to mention something about Balika, which is the place where they found the kumkum that the gopis are wearing. And Balika is in the northeastern section, most section of Afghanistan. And there are so many different articles that talk about how that was part of actually the whole world was the empire of the Vedas. It was all the whole world. And so you have remnants in the names of the cities in customs, in so many things. I have a friend who is from Ukraine, and she tells me that in Russia they have the Russian Vedas. So before the Christians established them, the Christian faith established itself in Russia, in all and what was the former Soviet republics. That was the system. It was the Vedic system that was prevalent until Christianity came in, established itself, and then things changed. So it's very interesting. But if you want to find a Balika, even Balika, the father, the emperor Balika is present in the Bhagavatam and in the Bhagavad Gita. And he was the ruler of the Balika region, which has changed name according to the invaders, like the Persians, like the Muslims, etc. And the change has morphed into something different. But there's a lot of information available. So before the curtains open, if anybody would like to make a comment or ask questions or share a realization. You go here.
There's a city, Kandahar, in Afghanistan, which originally was Gandhar, and that's where Gandhari is from. So that's, because India extended all over the place.
In Afghanistan, for example, there's so many different regions, and each one of those regions, there is no time for that to be read right now, but each one of the regions maintains the Sanskrit name with a little variation. And you can see in all these 20 names, for example, they are all Sanskrit names that have been morphed slightly in the course of time. Anybody else would like to make a comment? Or it's only audio. You have the photograph of the book, the cover of the book, and then you have to look at the different songs, number 1, number 7, number 12, etc., like that. But it's what you saw here is pretty much just sound. You don't see anybody singing there in the picture. Yeah. So I highly recommend, if you want to immerse yourselves in the mood of Braj, this is the best way to do it. With poetry and music, what can be better than poetry and music? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Thank you very much. Srila Prabhupada Ki Jai.
Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Taksham Bharavatam Samasitam Buddha Sundarangam Kandar Akom Vidamaniya Vishesha Shobha Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Tamaham Bhajami Angani Yasa Sakalen Driya Vriti Panti Pasyanti Panti Kayanti Chiram Naganti Ananda Chinmaya Sadhu Jala Vigrahasya Govindam Adi Purusham Amaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Amaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi Purusham Namaham Bhajami Govindam Adi
Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohan Madana Mohan Shama Kunda Radha Kunda Giri Govardhan Kalindi Jamuna Jaya Jaya Mahavan Kesigata Vamsirata Dwadasakana Vyasa Balila Kuilusi Nandana Srinanda Yashoda Jaya Jaya Gopaka Jaya Vrishabhanu Jaya Kirtira Sundari Jaya Purnamasi Jaya Abhira Nagari Jaya Jaya Gopishvara Vrindavanamad Jaya Jaya Krishna Saka Patu Dvijahura Jaya Ramagata Jaya Rohini Nandana Jaya Jaya Vrindavana Vasi Jata Jai Jaya Drija Padni Jaya Naga Kanyagan Drija Padni Jaya Naga Kanyagan Bhakti Tejara Hoya Govinda Charan Shira Samandala Jaya Jaya Radha Shyam Jaya Jaya Rasa Lila Samanora Jaya Jaya Jala Rasa Sarva Rasa Sar Parakiya Bhave Ya Shijanavapadapatman Kodiyasmaran Dinan Krishna Dasa Kohe Namasai Kirtan Jaya Radhe Jaya Krishna Jaya Vrindavan Shri Govinda Gopinatha Madana Mohan Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Rama Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama Hare Rama 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 Hare Hare Krishna Hare Krishna 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 Hare Hare Rama Hare Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare